colors painting the expansive evening sky, watching the chaotic, busy afternoon gracefully die, sitting peacefully upon the weathered wooden stool, eating a warm bowl of my grandmother's hearty soup. The oppressive ultraviolet rays finally begin to fade, offering the neighborhood a much-needed cooling shade. Silhouettes elongating across the cracked pavement, enjoying this beautiful, tranquil urban arrangements.
Packing up the folding chairs from the front lawn, waiting for the spectacular twilight to be drawn. The work boots are removed, resting by the door. Nobody is demanding anything incredibly stressful anymore.
The breeze carries the scent of the blooming jasmine, washing away the exhaustion of where we have been. Neighbors waving politely from their open window frames, forgetting the competitive, exhausting daily games. Daytime surrenders beautifully to the incoming dusk, leaving behind the complicated, heavy daytime husky. Horizon swallows the massive, glowing orange sphere, replacing the anxiety with a comfortable atmosphere. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed.
Fireflies beginning to blink in the overgrown grass, watching the occasional slow-moving vehicle pass. The tempo of the street drops to a comfortable crawl, answering the gentle nocturnal melody call. I strum the acoustic strings with the delicate touch, because right now we do not really need very much. The temperature drops, bringing a magnificent chill. Everything around me is exceptionally beautifully still.
Street lights bathing the avenue in an amber hue, a magical moment shared exclusively between us two. The stray cats curling up beside the grocery store. The chaotic city traffic is a distant, muted roar. I rest my tired head against your comfortable shoulder, feeling completely secure as the evening gets colder. The specific hour is a magnificent visual poetry, a spectacular display of neighborhood symmetry. Daytime surrenders beautifully to the incoming dusk, leaving behind the complicated, heavy daytime husk. The horizon swallows the massive, glowing orange sphere, replacing the anxiety with a comfortable atmosphere. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed. Let the twilight wrap us in a comforting, soft blanket. We are incredibly grateful, and we sincerely thank it. The stars begin to poke through the indigo ceiling, amplifying this wonderful, affectionate feeling. Sun goes down, shadows stretch, quiet evening, rest your eyes. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed. Good night, Avenue. Sleep well. The stars are out. Peaceful block. Mm-hmm. Stepping out the limousine, wrapped in pure couture. Flashing lights blinding me, of that I am quite sure. Diamonds resting heavy on my collarbone tonight. Silken dresses flowing, catching every single light. Posing for the magazine, smiling for the press. Living in a fantasy, a beautiful, chaotic mess.
Sitting by the riverbank, touching fertile soil. Appreciating simple things, far from the turmoil. Mango trees are blossoming, catching morning dew. Nature paints a masterpiece in shades of vibrant blue. Wearing cotton garments woven by my mother's hand. Feeling deeply connected to this ancient holy land. Fame and fortune glittering, earth and water deep. Promises we calculate, secrets that we keep. Opposites attracting in a fascinating way. Nighttime glitz surrenders to the brightness of the day. Showcasing the glamour roots, a complicated style. Blending high society with the incredibly wild. Red carpet stretching out across the forest floor. Asking Mother Nature what she truly has in store. Glamour roots, where the runway meets the dirt. Healing up the vanity, bending every hurt. Waterfalls cascading down the limestone mountain peaks, washing off the makeup from your highly painted cheeks. Drinking coconut water straight from the heavy shell, breaking free completely from the artificial spell. Walking barefoot proudly upon the grassy ground,
Listening intently to the planetary sound. Trading my stilettos for a comfortable retreat. Leaving the metropolis, escaping summer heat. Paparazzi vanishing, leaving us entirely alone. Sitting on a wooden log, pretending it's a throne. Finding pure luxury in the whispering of leaves. Discovering the magic that my quiet heart receives. Fame and fortune glittering, earth and water deep. Promises we calculate, secrets that we keep. Opposites attracting in a fascinating way. Nighttime glitz surrenders to the brightness of the day. Showcasing the glamour roots, a complicated style. Blending high society with the incredibly wild. Red carpet stretching out across the forest floor. Asking Mother Nature what she truly has in store. Glamour roots, where the runway meets the dirt. Healing up the vanity, mending every hurt. Take the golden necklaces, throw them in the stream. Wake up from the superficial materialistic dream. Beauty isn't purchased at a fancy high-end store. It lives inside the spirit, right down in the core. Natural elegance, stripped down, raw and beautiful. Breathe in the air. Showcasing the glamour roots, a complicated style. Blending high society with the incredibly wild. Red carpet stretching out across the forest floor. Asking Mother Nature what she truly has in store. Glamour roots, where the runway meets the dirt. Healing up the vanity, mending every hurt. True beauty, grounded deep, leaves falling, resting peacefully. Hoisting the silver metallic machine onto my shoulder. Feeling significantly braver and incredibly bolder. The dual cassette deck is an instrument of pure peace. demanding that the neighborhood violence instantly cease. I push the play button, engaging the magnetic head, resurrecting the spirits of this supposedly dead. The woofers are pumping out the visible sonic wave. This portable contraption is precisely what I crave.
Purchasing 8 massive batteries from the corner store to power this magnificent acoustic heavy rod, extending the shiny telescopic antenna to the sky, watching the incredible frequency beautifully fly. We do not need a cathedral with stained glass windows. We find our salvation wherever the street wind blows, carrying the sanctuary directly in my bare hands, broadcasting the message across the barren land. The volume knob is twisted completely to the right, eradicating the darkness of the pessimistic night. A portable revolution running on direct current, becoming an absolute, undeniable, massive deterrent. We carry the temple inside the boombox Zion, roaring loudly like a magnificent
silver lion, transforming the gray sidewalk into a holy place, providing a spectacular mobile spiritual space. Boombox Zion, the heaviest device on the street,
worshiping the power of the analog beat. The handle is heavy, digging deeply into my palm, but the music provides an overwhelmingly sweet calm. Walking past the abandoned, dilapidated buildings, ignoring the fake, superficial corporate gildings. The graphic equalizer bounces up and down in the red, injecting the philosophy directly into your head. This rectangular machine is a technological priest, calming the anger of the metropolitan beast.
Cassette tape spinning slowly inside the plastic shell, rescuing the pedestrians from a psychological hell. The treble is sharp, the mid-range is incredibly clear, eradicating completely the surrounding atmosphere. I am a mobile VJ, a prophet with a silver box, shattering the incredibly heavy invisible locks. People stopping out their heads to the massive sound, the most beautiful congregation to ever be found. The volume knob is twisted completely to the right, eradicating the darkness of the pessimistic night. A portable revolution running on direct current, becoming an absolute, undeniable, massive deterrent. We carry the temple inside the boombox Zion,
Roaring loudly like a magnificent
silver lion, transforming the gray sidewalk into a holy place, providing a spectacular mobile spiritual space. Boombox Zion, the heaviest device on the street,
worshiping the power of the analog beat.
speakers are vibrating the entire neighborhood, doing exactly what the manufacturer understood. When the batteries die, we will simply buy some more, keeping the sanctuary open with an unlocked door.
Rewind, press play,
Turn it up.
maximum volume.
Oh, we carry the temple inside the boombox Zion.
Roaring loudly like a magnificent
Silver lion, transforming the gray sidewalk into a holy place, providing a spectacular mobile spiritual space. Boombox Zion, the heaviest device on the street,
worshiping the power of the analog beat.
batteries low,
Tapes slowing down,
music fading,
DJ
eject. enthusiastically through the dusty cardboard crates, searching searching for the legendary, incredibly rare acetates, wearing sequin bell-bottoms and massive hoop rings, appreciating the beauty of tangible, physical things.
The album cover artwork is a masterpiece of design, pulling out a classic record from 1979, blowing the dust carefully off the black circular wax, preparing to play the most spectacular groovy tracks. Yeah, dropping the diamond stylus onto the spinning disc, taking a beautiful analog auditory risk. The tube amplifier glowing with the comfortable warm heat, delivering the authentic uncompressed heavy beat. No digital files, no invisible streaming cloud, just the authentic vibration playing beautifully loud. 33 and a third revolutions per minute, throwing out entire dedicated souls directly in it. The crackles and the pops add a wonderful character, a beautiful imperfection that makes it entirely better, preserving the history embedded in the tiny grooves, creating a magical atmosphere that physically moves. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital glamour. The aesthetic is timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Reading the liner notes printed on the paper sleeve, discovering exactly what the legendary artist believed. The turntable belt spinning, the heavy aluminum platter, making the superficial modern pop completely shatter. We skip the track by manually lifting the tone arm, protecting the delicate groove from any possible harm. The smell of old cardboard is incredibly intoxicating, rewarding the patience of our dedicated waiting. Dancing barefoot across the shag carpet floor, this analog experience leaves me begging for more. The disco ball reflecting off the shiny black surface, giving our evening a completely wonderful purpose. We took the record carefully over to the B-side, enjoying the spectacular 45-minute ride. The heavy dub echoes bouncing off the wallpapered wall, answering the vintage stereophonic beautiful call. The crackles and the pops add a wonderful character, a beautiful imperfection that makes it entirely better, preserving the history embedded in the tiny grooves, creating a magical atmosphere that physically moves. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital glamour. The aesthetic is timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Yeah, the algorithm cannot predict what we actually feel. The analog format makes the emotion completely real. Keep the needle completely clean, protect the fragile wax, enjoying the warmth of the absolute finest tracks. Spit it back, or flip the side. Whoa, whoa, warm analog, retro vibes. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital. Oh, digital glamour, it's timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Record finished, lift the needle, beautiful sound, timeless.
constructing a dynasty that is fundamentally stable. We are the architects of a brand new acoustic dimension, commanding the absolute, undivided global attention. Columns forged from the purest, reverberating sound, establishing our sovereignty upon this fertile ground. I wear the invisible crown of the auditory queen, surveying the most magnificent kingdom ever seen.
Laying down the heavy foundation with the massive base, expanding the borders of our designated royal space. Ambassadors of the rhythm, diplomats of the beat, signing cultural treaties on the newly paved street. Our monarchy is not built upon tyrannical oppression, but on the joyful release of musical expression. Guarding the palace gates with the heavy amplifier, fueling the eternal inextinguishable kingdom fire. Expanding the magnificent territory mile by mile, ruling the population with an undeniable style. The Constitution is written in a melodic code, paving a glorious, prosperous, everlasting road. Welcome to the unparalleled, majestic groove empire, elevating the collective civilization significantly higher. A dynasty functioning on the perfect reggae time, achieving a supremacy that is absolutely sublime. Groove empire, an unbreakable sovereign state, mastering the unpredictable, complicated fate. Summoning the royal council to the central courtyard, patrolling the perimeter with the dedicated vanguard. The treasury is filled with exclusive rare vinyl plates, dictating the incredibly heavy universal exchange rates. We conquer the negativity with a peaceful invasion, rising beautifully to meet every single grand occasion. The banners are waving proudly in the high altitude wind, forgiving the territories that are previously sinned. Draped in the luxurious velvet of the ultimate conqueror, acting as the supreme benevolent musical emperor. The citizens rejoice when the royal procession begins, washing away the sorrow and the historical sins. My throne is constructed from the finest mahogany wood, ruling the dominion exactly as a matriarch should. The legacy is cemented deeply into the bedrock, impervious to the terrifying external violence shock. Spanning the magnificent territory mile by mile, ruling the population with an undeniable style. The Constitution is written in a melodic code, paving a glorious, prosperous, everlasting road. Welcome to the unparalleled, majestic
my combat boots, tying up my hair, sensing the electricity crackling in the air. We are not protesting with a picket or a sign. We are using choreography to cross the battle line. Step to the left, pivot sharply to the right, turning our frustration into a beacon of light. Every single motion is a calculated strike, moving all together down the middle of the turnpike. Oppressors looking down from their ivory towers, underestimating the capacity of our powers. They try to legislate the way we naturally feel, but the rhythm of the people is made of forged steel. Marching to the frequency of ultimate defiance, forming an unbreakable underground alliance. We do not need artillery to tear the system down. We just need the heaviest subwoofers in the town. The tempo is a weapon, the melody is a shield. We are taking over the entire battlefield. No surrender, no retreat, we hold the front line, following the guidance of a higher grand design. Get ready for the rebel dance, a physical revolt, hitting the establishment like a lightning bolt, shaking off the shackles with a synchronized sway, chasing all the dictators and hypocrites away. Rebel dance, the revolution is finally here. Conquering the tyranny, eradicating fear.
Generals are panicking, checking on their screens, trying to decipher what this movement really means. Footstep vibrating like an earthquake on the fog, bringing their corrupt economy to a grinding halt. We are warriors of sound, soldiers of the groove, proving our intentions with every single move. Babylon is crumbling beneath our stomping feet. Victory is tasting incredibly sweet.
Spinning like a hurricane, twisting like a storm, breaking every boundary, rejecting every norm. Sweat is camouflage, painting my determined face, claiming ownership of this contested urban space. Shoulder to shoulder, we form a human barricade, showing off the courage that we have proudly made. No one can stop a tide that has already turned, watching all the wicked institutions get burned. The tempo is a weapon, the melody is a shield. We are taking over the entire battlefield. No surrender, no retreat, we hold the front line, following the guidance of a higher grand design. Get ready for the rebel dance, a physical revolt, hitting the establishment like a lightning bolt, shaking off the shackles with a synchronized sway, chasing all the dictators and hypocrites away. Rebel dance, the revolution is finally here. Conquering the tyranny. standing directly in front of the massive wooden box, feeling the vibration rattling my heavy silver locks. The cone pushes the air with a terrifying invisible force, taking my physical body on a completely wild course. It is not just auditory, it is a magnificent tactile thing, feeling every single note that the heavy instruments sing. My ribcage acts as an entirely resonant hollow cave, catching the crest of this magnificent acoustic wave. I am the dedicated carpenter, shaping the heavy pine, calculating the dimensions with a mathematical design, wiring the heavy magnets and the copper internal coil, rewarding the dedication of my tremendously hard toil. Sealing the cabinet to prevent the precious air from leaking, listening closely when the giant mechanical beast is speaking, routing the audio signal through the crossover machine, the most powerful amplifier that you have ever seen, dropping the frequency completely below the human range, initiating a cellular microscopic spectacular change, massaging the internal organs with the deepest heavy tone, penetrating directly into the center of the bone, healing the damage with the subwoofer soul, making the fractured broken spirit completely whole. A physical therapy delivered through the amplifier stack, pushing the negativity and the depression forcefully back. Subwoofer soul, a monumental deep oscillation, providing an overwhelming, wonderful physical sensation.
The needle tracks the heavy groove on the vinyl plate, opening up the massive acoustic invisible gate that turned the low and equalizer dial completely to the right, summoning the earthquake in the middle of the night. Dust falling from the rafters of the underground club, powered entirely by the relentless driving dub. We are the technicians of the ultimate low frequency, providing an antidote to the modern emergency.
The bassline is a blanket wrapping me completely tight, eradicating the terrors of the deeply anxious night. I close my eyes and surrender to the pulling undertow, letting the magnificent low frequency current beautifully flow. My heartbeat synchronizes with the heavy thumping kick, curing me instantly whenever I am feeling sick. A sonic baptism washing over my entirely willing frame, ensuring that I will absolutely never be the same. Dropping the frequency completely below the human range, initiating a cellular microscopic spectacular change, massaging the internal organs with the deepest heavy tone, penetrating directly into the center of the bone, healing the damage with the subwoofer soul, making the fractured broken spirit completely whole. A physical therapy delivered through the amplifier stack, pushing the negativity and the depression forcefully back. Subwoofer soul, a monumental deep oscillation, providing an overwhelming, wonderful physical sensation. You cannot simply hear it, you have to physically feel it. If your heart is broken, this heavy resonance will seal it. The woofer diaphragm breathes precisely like a lung, speaking the ancient, beautifully unspoken tongue. Breathe in, feel the shake, feel the shake, deepest space, let it move you. Ooh, healing the damage with the subwoofer soul, making the fractured broken spirit completely whole. A physical therapy delivered through the amplifier stack, pushing the negativity and the depression forcefully back. Subwoofer soul, a monumental deep oscillation, providing an overwhelming, wonderful physical sensation. Vibration stops, ears ringing, body relax, pure soul. across the massive factory floor, wielding the blowtorch behind the heavy steel door. Gears are turning inside the colossal machine, the grittiest spectacle that you have ever seen.
Smelting the copper, pouring the liquid brass, watching the molten temperature rapidly surpass. Blue-collar angels wearing protective goggles tight, forging a masterpiece inside the neon light. Hammer strikes downward with terrifying might, bending the titanium into the darkest night. Sweat lubricates the pistons pumping in the chest. We never take a break, we never pause to rest. Blacksmiths chanting a rugged mechanical tune, working night shifts underneath the pale moon. Unbreakable ladder running directly through the veins,
shattering the padlocks, destroying all the chains. Pressure building up inside the massive boiler tank, furnaces burning hot, fueling the industrial skank. Spy gets twisting open, releasing the pressurized air, creating an architecture completely beyond compare. Feel the iron rhythm, unyielding and severe, constructing a fortress that will outlast the year. Clashing the metals, producing a permanent spark, leaving a definitive, undeniable, gigantic mark. Iron rhythm, stronger than a concrete wall, standing undeniably rigid, refusing to ever fall.
bolts tightened down with the heavy monkey wrench, enduring the grease, surviving the chemical stench. Scrapyards transformed into an acoustic paradise. We pay the toll, we offer the ultimate sacrifice. Rivets holding the magnificent structure in place, a monument of labor dominating the empty space. Tires rolling over the sharp gravel on the road,
Carrying an impossibly massive, gigantic load. Cranes lifting up the heavy, colossal beams, sewing the metal together along the rigid seams. Pulley systems hoisting the cargo to the sky, watching the rusted helicopters hovering by. Sirens screaming loudly from the towering smokestack. No turning around entirely, no going back. Engine blocks vibrating with an explosive roar, demanding absolutely and undeniably more. Pressure building up inside the massive boiler tank, furnaces burning hot, fueling the industrial skank. Spy gets twisting open, releasing the pressurized air, creating an architecture completely beyond compare. Feel the iron rhythm, unyielding and severe, constructing a fortress that will outlast the year. Clashing the metals, producing a permanent spark, leaving a definitive, undeniable, gigantic mark. Iron rhythm, stronger than a concrete wall, standing undeniably rigid, refusing to ever fall. Melting the differences into one solid block, ticking precisely like a grandfather clock. The assembly line continues without a glitch, throwing the massive electrical power switch. Strike it hard, bend the steel, feel the heat, fork the sound. Feel the iron rhythm, unyielding and severe, constructing a fortress that will outlast the year. Clashing the metals, producing a permanent spark, leaving a definitive, undeniable, gigantic mark. Iron rhythm, stronger than a concrete wall, standing undeniably rigid, refusing to ever fall. Machines resting, cooling down, the iron holds solid forever. into the velvet darkness, leave your doubts behind. This is a sanctuary for the twisted, busy mind. Neon purple lasers cutting through the thick smoke. Every single movement is a spell we invoke. I spin around my dress, sketching the shimmering gleam. We are diving deep into a lucid, waking dream.
Spiritual frequencies rising from the wooden planks, giving praises, offering our silent, humble thanks. The DJ acts as a shaman, spinning vinyl gold, revealing ancient secrets that have never been told.
Close your eyelids, let the vibration take control. This is a cleansing ritual for your heavy soul. Levitate, elevate, transcend the gravity. We are swimming freely in the cosmic endless sea. Lose your inhibitions, let the spirit take the lead. This rhythmic therapy is exactly what we need. We are dancing on the mystic floor, opening up a secret supernatural door, where the bodies sway like trees in the hurricane, washing away the sorrow, erasing all the pain. Mystic floor, beneath the glowing chandelier. Your magic happens when we congregate right here.
Ancestors smiling down upon this crowded room, banishing the shadows, sweeping out the gloom. Synthesizers weaving the tapestry of light, turning a regular evening into a sacred night. Every drop of sweat is a prayer to the highest king. Hear the universal melody that we all sing.
High heels discarded, I am stepping entirely bare, feeling the electric current coursing through the air. Glamour meets the roots, a beautiful rare blend. This nocturnal journey feels like it will never end. Hips swaying slowly to the tempo of the bass, finding total freedom in this isolated space. Levitate, elevate, transcend the gravity. We are swimming freely in a cosmic endless sea. Lose your inhibitions, let the spirit take the lead. This rhythmic therapy is exactly what we need. We are dancing on the mystic floor, opening up a secret supernatural door, where the bodies sway like trees in the hurricane, washing away the sorrow, erasing all the pain. Mystic floor, beneath the glowing chandelier. Your magic happens when we congregate right here. Round and round we go, completely hypnotized, seeing absolute truth through our closed eyes. The tempo drops down, the atmosphere gets thick. This musical medicine is working very quick. Let it wash over you. Surrender to the sound. Feel the magic. We are dancing on the mystic floor, opening up a secret supernatural door, where the bodies sway like trees in the hurricane, washing away the sorrow, erasing all the pain. Mystic floor, beneath the glowing chandelier. Pure magic happens when we congregate right here. Keep dancing, never stop. Mystic vibe to dispel the quiet gloom. Every single memory bounces off the painted wall, listening intently for your distant, loving call. Distance is a canyon separating you and me, longing for your touch, wishing you were here to see.
Standing on the precipice, looking at the stars, wondering if the universe can heal these lonely scars. Shouting my affection into the massive dark abyss, dreaming of the sweetness of your tender, gentle kiss.
Frequencies are traveling across the mountain range. Your love remains the constant, though the seasons always change. Sound waves rippling across the great divide, emotions swelling up, a massive pulling tide. What I give to you comes reflecting back to me, a boomerang of sentiment flying wildly free. Caught inside the echo, passion repeating endlessly, a holographic projection of what we used to be, reverberating promises that linger in space, visualizing perfectly the contours of your face. Echo, passion, a cycle that will never fade, resting in the comfort of the promises we made.
Canyons holding on to the syllables I spoke, like a smoldering ember transitioning to smoke. Valleys carrying the heavy weight of my desire, blowing on the coals to ignite the romantic fire.
Time becomes irrelevant, seconds stretch to hours, nurturing this feeling like a garden full of flowers.
Oh, catching the vibrations that you send across the miles,
Translating the silence into solitary smiles.
the microphone is capturing the beating of my heart.
Even when geography keeps us far apart, synthesizing feelings, filtering the immense pain, waiting for the sunshine to evaporate the rain. Sound waves rippling across the great divide, emotions swelling up, a massive pulling tide. What I give to you comes reflecting back to me, a boomerang of sentiment flying wildly free. Caught inside the echo, passion repeating endlessly, a holographic projection of what we used to be, reverberating promises that linger in the space, visualizing perfectly the contours of your face. Echo, passion, a cycle that will never fade, resting in the comfort of the promises we made.
Hello, 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 hello.
Are you there? The delay multiplies the depth of my despair, but the harmony returns, reassuring and so sweet, making this connection fundamentally complete. Bouncing back, everlasting, through the void, I hear you. Hey, caught inside the echo, passion repeating endlessly, oh, repeating endlessly, a holographic projection of what we used to be, of how we used to be, reverberating directly from the tweeter, shattering the glass of the musical thermometer, sunbathing luxuriously inside the audio waves. This is the thermal energy that my body craves.
Sweating profusely inside the sonic, humid sauna, absorbing the frequencies like the tropical flora.
My skin is radiating a dangerous, spicy energy, igniting a magnificent acoustic emergency.
Geothermal eruptions happening under the floor, volcanic magma flowing directly through the door. Tectonic friction generating a massive warmth, creating a terrifyingly hot storm. Celsius is rising rapidly, Fahrenheit is peaking. The amplifier coils are literally loudly freaking. Coals burning brightly inside the speaker cabinet, the hottest climate on the entire audio planet.
Boiling the liquid instantly with a single note, melting the ice completely, watching the glaciers float. Thermodynamics taking over the entire room, incinerating the freezing winter, erasing the gloom. Experiencing the extreme scorching bass heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. A tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Bass heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow.
Fanning the heavy invisible musical flame,
Destroying the competitors in this silly game,
roasting the rhythm to absolute pure perfection. A blazing undeniable
fiery sound selection,
stepping carefully on the scorching red coals, injecting the fire directly into our deep souls. The radiator is broken, the thermostat is cracked.
the winter atmosphere has been completely hacked. Sunburn developing from the glowing synthesizer, the DJ acts as the ultimate thermal advisor, baking entirely underneath the heavy drum beat, unable to escape the incredibly intense heat. Lava dripping slowly from the heavy microphone, entering a totally blistering, dangerous zone. My silhouette is shimmering in the heat mirage, surviving this magnificent scorching barrage. Boiling the liquid instantly with a single note, melting the ice completely, watching the glaciers float. Thermodynamics taking over the entire room, incinerating the freezing winter, erasing the gloom. Experiencing the extreme scorching bass heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. A tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Bass heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow.
Evaporate the negativity, burn away the stress.
In this auditory oven we find our
The
success.
subwoofers act like a gigantic
Solar flare,
singing all the oxygen directly out of the air.
too hot, melting down.
Feel the burn.
Fahrenheit peaking, experiencing the extreme scorching bass heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. A tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Bass heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow. Cooling down,
Ice melting,
thermal overload,
fire out.
fire out. dodging the laser grids inside the metallic corridor, fighting a highly advanced technological brutal war. My cybernetic implants glow in a dangerous bright red, uploading the combat sequence directly into my head, hacking the mainframe to disable the security drone, operating independently in this hostile combat zone. Sparks raining down from the shattered ceiling light, navigating the battlefield with artificial sight.
Commander of the resistance, holding the front line, defending the territory by an intricate design, charging the plasma batteries to maximum capacity, fighting the artificial intelligence with ferocity. Subwoofers weaponized to emit a localized shock, shattering the heavily reinforced titanium lock. We are the glitch inside the perfect logical code, walking down this highly explosive dangerous road. Voltage increasing, the meters are reading extreme, waking up violently from the simulated dream, overloading the circuitry, watching the system fry, refusing to surrender, refusing to ever comply, battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical stench. A high frequency warfare, testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with a terrifying light. Electric trench where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic empire into absolute trash. Deploying the electromagnetic devastating pulse, sensing the enemy, calculating our sudden results. The base frequency acts as a heavily armored tank, crushing the enemy soldiers in their metallic rank. Wire cutters snapping the optical fiber cables, turning the entirely rigged disadvantageous tables. Megahertz screaming loudly through the atmosphere, eradicating any lingering biological fear. Rerouting the power grid to overload the core, demanding absolutely unconditionally so much more. My keyboard is a weapon, my fingers are the ammunition, fulfilling the terrifying revolutionary mission. Static electricity making my hair stand up straight, approaching the terrifying final boss gate, synthesizing a virus to permanently delete their files, leaving them ruined across 1,000 miles. Voltage increasing, the meters are reading extreme, waking up violently from the simulated dream, overloading the circuitry, watching the system fry, refusing to surrender, refusing to ever comply, battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical stench. A high frequency warfare, testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with a terrifying light. Electric trench where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic empire into absolute trash. Warning alarms blaring, the countdown has begun. We will not stop fighting until the war is won. Yeah. Short circuit the oppressors, sever the main feed. This digital rebellion is exactly what we need. System critical. Overload. Shock the system. Power surge. Battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical stench. A high frequency warfare, testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with a terrifying light. Electric trench where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic empire into absolute trash. Power down, target destroyed, trenches clear, silence.
every cliff above the raging foam, singing an intoxicating melody to guide the sailors home. My voice is a deceptive weapon wrapped in velvet lace, luring the massive galleons into this treacherous place.
Silver scales shimmering underneath the cloudy moonlight,
promising a beautiful, romantic, unforgettable night.
The frequencies are designed
To entirely paralyze, masking the deadly intentions hidden in my eyes.
yeah. Gripping the wooden helm tightly with my calloused hands, navigating blindly toward the undocumented lands. The compass needle spinning widely, completely out of control. The mysterious chanting taking a heavy psychological toll.
A fog descending quickly, blinding the frantic crew. We are helplessly drawn directly magnetically to you. The radar is malfunctioning, the charts are entirely wrong. Surrendering my vessel to the captivating, mythical song. The ocean tide pulls with an undeniable tragic force,
Deviating completely from the designated
safe course. A terrifying beauty rising from the salty deep,
putting the weary mariners into an eternal sleep.
hypnotized thoroughly by the dangerous siren skank, watching the majestic ship as it inevitably sank. A lethal combination of the melody and the reef, bringing an overwhelming, beautiful, aquatic grief. Siren skank
Echoing across the
stormy, dark bay, stealing the brave navigators permanently away.
warning flares shooting upward into the pitch black, but there is absolutely zero possibility of turning back. The wooden hull splintering against the hidden stone, leaving me entirely, desperately freezing and alone.
Water rushing rapidly into the lower flooding deck, standing at the epicenter of a catastrophic wreck. Yet I cannot stop listening to the mesmerizing tune, drowning in the acoustics beneath the pale moon. Collecting the sunken treasure scattered on the floor, adding another ruined captain to my massive score. My underwater kingdom thrives upon the human demise, a predatory predator wearing a spectacular disguise.
Breathing the liquid oxygen,
Swimming effortlessly free, I am the undisputed, gorgeous monarch of the sea.
the dub siren wails again,
Signaling the next attack, waiting patiently for the next armada to unpack. The ocean tide pulls with an undeniable tragic force,
deviating completely from the designated
safe course. A terrifying beauty rising from the salty deep,
putting the weary mariners into an eternal sleep.
hypnotized thoroughly by the dangerous siren skank, watching the majestic ship as it inevitably sank. A lethal combination of the melody and the reef, bringing an overwhelming, beautiful, aquatic grief. Siren skank echoing across the stormy, dark bay, stealing the brave navigators permanently away.
No lifeboat
Yeah. Yeah. Strutting down the boulevard. Oh. Strutting down the boulevard with the predatory grace, wearing my fierce independence proudly on my face. My nails are sharp and claws ready to defend. I will never bow down, I will absolutely never bend. The asphalt is my territory, marked by my scent, ignoring the eviction notices that they constantly send. Surviving the brutal winter and the scorching summer, marching exactly to the beat of my own drummer.
A magnificent mane of dreadlocks flowing in the wind, carrying the heavy burdens of where I have sinned. The king of the urban jungle, roaming very free, refusing to climb the branches of a poison tree. My roar shakes the foundation of the massive high-rise, instilling pure terror in my enemies' eyes, protecting the innocent cubs from the wicked snare, breathing resilience into the polluted thick air.
Prowling through the shadows, hunting for the truth, possessing the wisdom of age and the fire of youth. No cage can contain this magnificent wild beast. We are the apex predators of the ultimate feast. Beware the wrath of the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due.
Hyenas are laughing nervously in the dark alley, but I am the undisputed ruler of this concrete valley. I smell the cowardice sweating from their pores, winning all the silent psychological cold war. Stomping my paws firmly upon the solid ground, generating a massive, intimidating, heavy sound. The royalty of the street cannot be bought or sold, a legendary story that is constantly retold.
Camouflage perfectly against the brick and mortar. I am a fierce, unrelenting, dedicated daughter. My instinct is sharper than a newly forged blade, refusing to be hidden inside the cowardly shade. Protecting my pride with a vicious, sudden swipe, ignoring entirely the superficial media hype. I am elegance mixed with the terrifying might, a beautiful nightmare arriving in the dead of night. Prowling through the shadows, hunting for the truth, possessing the wisdom of age and the fire of youth. No cage can contain this magnificent wild beast. We are the apex predators of the ultimate feast. Beware the wrath of the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due. Let them try to build a fence to keep us entirely in. We will smash the barricades and let the chaos begin. The spirit of the wilderness thrives in the cement, a magnificent force that was beautifully sent. Watch my step, king of the street. Hear me roar, bow down, bow down. Beware the wrath for the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due. Jungle rules, concrete kingdom, buzzing loudly above my head. Walking through a metropolis painted in red. Holographic advertisements promising a fake joy, selling plastic fantasies disguised as a shiny toy. I wear my reflective visor to block the glare, breathing in the synthetic, heavily filtered air. Living inside a simulation, running on a grid, trying to remember the innocent things I did.
Microchips implanted deeply inside the human brain, trading natural spirituality for digital code rain. The system operates in an algorithmic code, sending heavy data down a fiber optic road.
Profits are censored by the mainframe firewall, waiting for the artificial empire to finally fall. We are batteries powering a greedy, vicious beast, starving our spirits at this technological feast. Unplug the cables from the back of the spine, rejecting the poisonous manufactured wine. The matrix is glitching, the screen is going black. We are launching a massive acoustic counterattack. Welcome to the terrifying neon Babylon, where the illusion is constantly brightly left on. A cybernetic prison with invisible laser bars, blocking our view of the natural ancient stars. Neon Babylon, a beautiful but deadly trap, erasing our coordinates entirely from the map.
Virtual reality goggles blinding the youth, preventing them from witnessing the absolute truth. Cyber police patrolling the informational web, watching the organic tide slowly, sadly ebb. But the acoustic guitar possesses a virus strain, designed to penetrate the mechanical domain, uploading a frequency of pure, undeniable love, hacking the satellites positioned up above.
Swiping my identity card at the security gate, escaping the algorithm before it gets too late. I am a ghost circulating inside the machine, the most dangerous anomaly they have ever seen. Downloading the rhythm directly into my soul, bypassing the centralized tyrannical control. The pixels are dissolving, revealing the rust, watching the motherboards crumble into dust.
Unplug the cables from the back of the spine,
Rejecting the poisonous manufactured Now the urban jungle is calling out. Wild gold hoops, swinging jacket, leather tight. We are painting a revolution in the cold daylight.
Ja people wandering through the metal gates, looking for salvation before it gets too late.
Prophets speaking truth on the corner street, while the righteous ones march with tired feet.
Babylon erected towers reaching for the sky,
but the natural roots will never truly die. Two different worlds colliding in the atmosphere. No more crying,
we banish all the fear.
from the northern boroughs to the promised land.
We are walking forward, united,
Hand in hand, welcome to the Bronx, Zion,
where the city wolf meets the conquering lion.
trains rumble loud, but the acoustic guitar's strong.
We are marching forward to the beating of the drum.
Bronx, Zion, an empire of the soul, where the broken pieces finally become whole.
Politicians talking, but they never understand the suffering of children across this barren land.
We plant a seed of hope inside the asphalt cracks, carrying the heavy burdens upon our aching backs. But the trumpet sounds across the neighborhood, bringing forth the message of everything good.
Sirens wailing loud, but we drown them out with love.
Angels watching over from the balconies above,
Graffiti murals singing stories of our past.
building up a legacy that is guaranteed to last.
Step by step,
We rise above the poverty line,
letting our internal brilliant diamond shine.
two different worlds colliding in the atmosphere.
No more crying, we banish all the fear.
From the northern boroughs to the promised land,
We are walking forward, united, hand in hand.
welcome to the Bronx, Zion,
Where the city wolf meets the conquering lion.
trains rumble loud, but the acoustic guitar's strong.
We are marching forward to the beating of the drum.
Bronx, Zion, an empire of the soul, where the broken pieces finally become whole.
Let the echoes bounce off the brick walls.
Answer the destiny whenever